There's a ton of companies trying to change how enterprises work with each other. One company led the pack by winning TechCrunch 50 2.5 years ago, and that company is Yammer. We're going to hear about what they've been doing lately to change work even further.
I'm David Sachs, the founder, CEO of Yammer, which is creating a private, secure enterprise social network. It's a social network just for the employees of a company. We were, the first ones to create this product that we called enterprise social networking, and now, just over the last couple of years, it's gone from an idea that people were in the tech world were excited about it because we won TechCrunch 50 and they thought it was promised, but outside Silicon Valley, I think the idea of enterprise social networking was sort of this. Was still, people were pretty skeptical about it, or it was somewhat dubious. And now I think the idea's become more inevitable. And I think people understand that every company's going to have its own enterprise social network. So it's a really big market, and there's a lot more people getting into it, but also that reflects sort of this positive underlying trend. Well, there's a network effect in two ways. One is that there's a network effect within the company. So the employees of a company can just start signing up, spread it to their coworkers. And once that happens, it's less likely that they'll want to do that with a copycat product. The other type of network effect is actually between company networks. So Yammer introduced this feature called communities, which allows you to create essentially an external group to communicate with partners, customers, vendors, suppliers, contractors. Basically, external constituencies are important to your company. And so it starts to link together these previously separate company networks. So there's a little bit of a network effect there as well. Yeah. And we're starting to see that being used, for instance, by we've got consulting firms who use Yammer internally, but then they create communities for their client engagements, and starting to see communities being used more and more that way as well. We were always, I think, a little bit more than Twitter for Enterprise, but it was a little bit more sort of a fully featured social network for Enterprise. But you're right that we've added a lot of functionality to it. So one big thing that we added early on was groups. The thing that we added more recently was applications.
What do those do?
Well, for instance, you can create different types of messages now. So it's not just sort of a plain vanilla status update. You can now create a poll, and then so you can essentially survey the employees of the company very quickly, and people can vote in the feed for whatever the answers are that you set up. You can also post an event, and then people can RSVP and download to their calendars. We have a questions app, which you can already ask questions on Yammer, obviously, through a status update, but this creates a little bit more structure around it so that if somebody's asked the same question before, it'll detect that and kick you off into that answer instead of creating a new post. So and one other app that we're working on internally that's sort of in private beta is an ideas app as well, which again, you could always post ideas on Yammer, but this allows you to create a little more structure around them. You can create lists of ideas, and people can vote on the ideas. So it just adds a little bit more structure to the data in Yammer.